and welcome to Aurei Plays Factorio Seablock. This is episode 92, and what we just did is we relocated the lead to over here. So next up is gonna be the tin, and then we'll be able to get the solder out of there as well. And then we have this all freed up to possibly expand or sorting over here, which is going to be possibly helpful and probably necessary. So let's figure that out. Let's go grab some landfill. Pretty sure we needed some, yeah. Let's see, we have some here. Yeah, excellent, good stuff. And we have some nice bricks going on here. I don't know if we need so many. Let's put back a stack. Yep, we have landfill going. Good stuff. And yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna also relocate this chain and upgrade it to the next level ore sorting thingy. Which is not strand casting, it's ore processors. We'll need 2 of those, and let's see. So if we look at tin ingots, yeah. So here we're also gonna make them out of charcoal. We're gonna make tin ingots from processed tin. So I think that's just a simple recipe, and we're also gonna use them for so we have the split going here, right? So we can bring both kinds to this solder induction furnace. Let's actually grab some of the belt here to make sure that it will empty out, because that would kind of be a waste if it didn't if we pick this up and all the fluid would disappear. That's kind of awkward. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we'll start by bringing a belt over, which I think we want to do along here, right? We can just chain under here, then go down this way. We might want to make a little bit of a bend here so that we can actually go under and go like this, chain under here, and then here start setting it up. Because of the carbon production that's going on here, we have a little bit of space to actually squeeze in another induction furnace for the solder, so that's going to be good. Yeah, so let's start with bringing over that belt. And since like we actually need the production of tin at this point, we're just gonna run the belt, but we'll quite soon have to make sure that that's all. And actually, so what's gonna be quite helpful is once we get this, we can remove this carbon belt. So we could also, I am gonna do it in steps. It's a little bit too, well, not too risky, but annoying to do it in one go. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a splitter here, and we're gonna get the underground belt going here. We'll need some more of those probably, and more regular belt as well. Then we'll bring this belt over here, and let's do it. Let's bring it a little bit like this. We can actually, I guess we can run it over here, then make it go underground. We also want to continue researching some stuff. So we've got everything we need for the next science level, right? For blue science, research-wise. So we're just going to get like stuff that we need, which is, let's see, construction, robotics. I mean, we do want it at some point, and we actually needed to get the chest. So let's just do that. That seems good. Yeah, so you guys go down here. This we're gonna redirect just a little bit. Here we're gonna go below the belt, and then we're just gonna run it along here, and then go under again. It's a little bit tricky, but we're making it work. Yeah, and then here is actually where we need a lot more landfill. Let's take it in steps. Like up to here should be fine at this point, I think. Maybe we need a little bit more, but probably not that much. So we're gonna start with the 2 ore processors that we got. One, and let's do a row in between. Then they need inserters, and you guys are gonna get processed tin. Yeah, copy that over. Processed tin is gonna go into a blast furnace. Right, so the level 2 just uses charcoal, which is excellent because we've got that on a belt over here. So that can double as the fuel as well. Yep. So here we go. We want to power this. Yeah. Then we're gonna do the same thing over here, except we're gonna put the splitter such that we can split up one of them this way. So we're gonna make this a little bigger and start filling in some area here. We want all of this. Like we could save a little bit by going for just the water parts, but as is, it's fine. Yeah. So we'll need some more belt. So this, we're gonna do outputs, right? And it's gonna go like this. We're gonna have a splitter, then some of that is gonna go up here, and then we're gonna put down an induction furnace over here, and then let's put just the 1 casting machine. So that needs this needs tin, this needs tin plate. Okay, we want to be powering that. We want the output here to be arranged, so this should drop over here. Then we want to, I guess, to bring stuff in. Yep, and then power that. Then I guess we can do 2 as outputs. Configure 1 to be there. And then we'll connect the belt up. So in order to run that, we want to run it along here, and then probably connect it up here. Yeah, that should be fine. Or okay, so what I think we want to do is run it. We can move this belt a little bit below, then we can move the tin like this and the solder like this. I think that makes a lot of sense. So actually, okay, so the solder is gonna come from... Yeah, so, okay, what I'll actually do, I'll make sure that we have an extra space here to run the solder line. Right, so this is gonna be fine. So we'll start from up here, then we'll go up, like this. And then, if I made sure this was okay, then we have a line going like this, and this line will sneak through here. So it's gonna be 1, 2 underground belt, and it's gonna go in here. Let's just set that up with a splitter for now, and let's put in a buffer somewhere. Let's do here. Did I leave enough space? Yeah, I did. Excellent. We'll need 2 inserters and a wooden chest. That's limited to 4 slots, seems fine. Then we need a little bit more landfill just to allow for a power pole over here. Yes, excellent. Okay. Yes, so this should be fine actually. I think we can switch over the input and see where that goes. And then while we check on whether that's going to be okay, okay, let's see. We'll remove this part for a bit. We'll go here, destroy this, go basic splitter, and then output we're left with a filter on tin ore. Yep, and then put this back. So that should be fine. And we can actually pick this up, should be able, yeah, we can pick this up, we can pick this up. There we go. Yeah, so I'm just gonna clean all of this up, like it's not gonna be of much use anyway. And yeah, it's gonna, we'll leave this in place to, I mean, I guess we can pick up some tin plates. We might need them for something, and if not, that's fine too. And we'll be able to fix this, which is nice. Okay, so we've got the tin, and then we also want to do an induction furnace over here for the solder. This, yeah, this is set. Yeah, okay, it's just not very active. Yeah, so then we go like this and like this. Then we have inserter, inserter. We have this, we have a solder recipe. There we go. We have a casting machine. And that casting machine is gonna give us solder. Or do we want 2 inserters there? I guess just the 1 for solder is fine. We'll extend it if we need to later. But for now I'm totally good with this. We don't need a buffer for solder either. That seems like a high amount of overkill. And we're just gonna run it like this. And yeah, actually I'm just gonna break this down too, I guess. Or actually I am gonna pick it up. No, we can, there's no liquids in here anywhere, so we can safely pick this up. Okay, so if we, oh, this is a little bit broken. Let me fix that. Yeah. Okay, that's a lot better. Yeah, so we have, I guess I want to clean up this belt as well. That's just as nice. Like I'm gonna have a lot of solder in my inventory, but I'll just put that in relevant machines. Because that's, you know, let me check. Yeah, so that's the underground belt like this, right? So this is now, it should be fine. Okay, so we're not seeing any tin ore quite yet. Do we have a problem? No, I guess the belt thing I did made that problematic. We do want to have some power over here. This is now fully backed up, which is nice, but it just it does need a little bit more of a backlog to reach the ore sorting processes. That's the disadvantage of having like such a big distance between the ore processing and the smelting, is that on the belt we also have room for a backlog, which in the case of tin and copper or tin and lead is gonna mean that it's gonna take a little longer for that backlog to be filled. On the other hand, like it is gonna give us a pretty big production boost across the board. So I think this is times, like it increases it by 50%, so that is pretty nice. This looks also like it's, yeah, this is about to get stuck as well, like get fully backlogged, so that will make sure that we have a bunch of iron going around. Though it's not actually like we don't have enough, right? All the iron is backlogged somewhere. It's let's see. Yeah, it's actually like production wise we're doing quite well. Like it's not that we're short on anything. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Let's see, I had some solder that I wanted to get rid of. Let's see. It's gonna go in this machine. Okay, it can't handle that much, unfortunately, but I guess we could take out a stack of these and then it should be able to handle. Well, it's just gonna take solder off the belt, right? So maybe that's what we want to do, just put down some solder on the belt, just to make sure that this process of let's see, if we put it down here, yeah. So I'm just gonna leave some on the belt just to make sure that it backlogs quicker. I'm also gonna set the offset to this side because all the other solder is already on this side, and I don't think we need a double belt full of solder. So I'm purposefully sort of doing this. It's a little bit micromanagement to do it like this, but it is something that will help our consumption. Alright, so we're getting our first tin plates as well on both sides of the belt actually. I think for tin it makes sense, right? Whereas for lead we're generally not short. Tin we're sometimes short, so it makes sense to have a little bit of a bigger buffer to help with that. And it looks like solder is actually not that big. Like it's the recipe that does this. To make 6 solder. Okay, I guess this is just fairly efficient, and it had a big boost from the influx of tin ore. That's probably where we're at. Okay, let's see, what else do we want? We want cement processing. Turrets, what do we need for the military? 3. This is the sniper rifle. That's the only military thing I care about, because that should be able to get worms easily. We should be able to do it right now with the help of grenades. Yeah, let's get some bronze smelting. This is more for advanced logistics stuff, I guess. Alloy processing. Oh, it locks trains, but I'm not sure we actually need trains. Maybe at some point. A module slab. That seems nice. That's actually gonna be researched very quickly. Yeah, and this is just gonna churn away. That's good. Yeah, so I think what we want to figure out, there are two things, is do we want this to start scaling up this process and doing the next step in here, which I think is hydro defining, and if not, then we can start looking at blue science and see if we can get there. Hi Assumptation, thanks. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, this is, so I think this is about, what is it, like 80-ish hours in, probably, maybe a little less. So it's I'm trying to keep things organized, but the problem is that you can't really keep it too organized because one, the recipes are very complex, and two, you're constantly upgrading the processes, and I don't quite know where we're going, so that makes stuff interesting as well. Let's see, what else do we want? Advanced aluminum smelting. Do we get alumina? I'm pretty sure that's needed for the what's it called? Um, the better washing thingies, the filtration. Okay, so let's take a look at. Yeah, exactly. Like I am really building towards logistics network. So we're doing that in two ways. One is we need to make sure we have enough power for the bots. So I'm looking to getting to solar, for which the plastic backlog here should be doing something, hopefully. Um, and the other thing is actually unlocking the science, but I always underestimate how soon you get logistic network. Like it looks like robotics is an early game thing, but to actually get the logistics network, you always need the higher level research packs. Yes. So let's check out what we can do with respect to, say, getting iron ore. So we have a way to get it from catalysts. We have a way to get it from sapphire chunks, which has a bunch of byproducts. Silicon and nickel we're not using for anything right now, but we might soon be. We have this recipe, which is what we're doing currently. We can do the same from gipholite chunks, which is practically the same, but has different byproducts, I think. Yeah. Then we can do the main thing with gipholite, which we're not doing currently. We can get it from stereotype chunks as a side product, sort of. We can get it from some weird waste byproducts processing. We can get it from cotonium chunks, which is again the same. Or this is actually the copper primary one, which has byproducts. Uh, this is interesting, but I think this needs blue science. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. The catalyst ones look really. So the catalyst ones look fairly interesting. The thing I'm sort of worried about, quote unquote, is that they're they seem to be slightly less efficient than what the base recipe, I think. But let me just double check that. I think I actually made a helmet for this. So we have, let's see, we have the stereotype chunk sorting. Yeah, so okay, so this is with chunks. And you're saying that if we use the catalyst processing, that does indeed. So if we were to do that, then we get two of these two crushed ores and one catalyst to 4 ores. And for this recipe, we get 4 crushed ores to 3 and 1 slag. So yeah, I think it makes sense to do that. Let's figure out where we want to do that, and we could do it up here. yeah, so let's see. So we can, depending on whether we need to buy products, I want to look at either the hydro refining or using the catalysts. I do see your argument for the catalysts. They seem a lot simpler in execution. And it does prevent the problem that you have with this setup, where if you produce too much iron, the copper production will also slow down, and the other way around. Like it's kind of whack ass to balance. So depending on what we need for future science, we want to do one or the other. Let me just make a cut for YouTube, but we'll continue on stream. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next episode.